You said you thought he got banned from building.
It was like, why they ban me? Why did you choose my account to ban me for building?
Oh my
And
goodness.
he was just lost the entire time. He kept getting killed. Started baby raging like always.
I'm gonna try to model this health GUI off of One Piece Fighting Path. Dude, that game needs to come out. I don't know why it's not out for the US and
Fighting
Western countries.
I
Yeah.
might get it from I might make a Chinese account for iCloud. I did it for Japanese. It's not even in Japanese yet. It's a Chinese game.
Yeah, they need to release it for. I don't understand why they're holding it. But yeah, Oda needs to tell them to hurry up, and
It's up to Oda.
I mean, it should be up to Oda. Bro, it's his story, man.
But he does have a lot to take care of because remember, I don't even think he's in charge of the game, so he doesn't supervise games. And he's lucky to even supervise
movies and stuff.
One Piece. Yeah, sometimes he supervises the movies, but usually he doesn't. Like no manga artist usually does that because they're too busy focused on the manga and shit like that. It's not really up to them. The anime, he has no control over that really. Yeah, he has zero control. So whatever they do with that is what they do with that.
Yeah, you guys want to make sure you get this plugin here. I'll have it linked down in the description. Auto scale. This is the plus version, but there's also a light version that's free, and it's really the same thing. This one just has some extra features, but I'm not gonna be using that for this. Bro, Film Red better be good and not trash.
It's gonna be. It has to be.
I was watching this thing, and people kept calling it Red Film. I don't know if that's the specific name for that.
No, it's Film Red.
But it was really annoying to just read that. I was like, bro, what the hell is a Red Film?
Red Film.
What
Film
is that?
Red. Film Z. One Piece Film. Strong. We saw the most gruesome thing ever. Alright, so we went to go and buy a wood glue for my project yesterday, right?
Yep.
And we were going from my house, so we had to go get money. We were leaving from my house to the East-West Highway.
Yep.
You know, the road to go to the mall, right? In the intersection, there was police cars. They blocked the road, and there was a dead body on the ground.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we saw it. It was like they had the you know the blanket cover the body.
What happened?
Yeah, they got hit by a car and they were riding a bike. And then when I was walking today to come back from school, I get dropped off by the East-West Highway, so I have to pass by the place, right? And I just saw car pieces, pieces, hard pieces on the ground.
So it was an accident.
No, there was only one car. The dude was riding a bike.
Oh, dang! So the biker died.
Yeah, the biker died.
Oh, yeah. Rest in peace, man. Dude, Chief drivers is crazy. I mean, I don't know the context, but it was probably the driver's fault.
Yeah, the only way is that if the dude was riding. Yeah, no, the only way for that to have happened, because there was car pieces, or I don't know if it was the bike, but it looked like car pieces. So the only way for that to happen is if the driver was
speeding, yeah,
while the dude was trying to go. Like, there's no way the car stopped and then went and then hit him, because where it happened was literally in the middle of the intersection.
Exactly.
So there's no way that the car had enough time to build up enough speed to hit him off of his bike and kill him. It would make no sense unless it happened somewhere else and they just moved it over there. But I'm assuming that's where it happened.
Oh.
Yeah, it was crazy. So we had to take the other way. We had to take we had to pass by Jake's house again, go by my school just to go to Target, and we were stuck in traffic. We was coming home. That's why I recorded the video.
Oh, you sent it on Snap, the Snap group chat?
Yep, that was the traffic because of the the accident because they're trying to go by my house area.
Oh damn, poor guy, bro.
Yeah, man, that's the piece. We were so shocked. I could not believe it. I was like, there is no way. And I was just looking. I was looking. I'm like, is that a person in there?
Ah,
But we knew it was an
ew,
accident.
bro. I would get.
That's what I'm saying. Like, cause Eugene was like, oh heck nah, right? He didn't even know that somebody died at that point, right? We was far from the intersection. We just saw that there was traffic. We saw that there was he was like, was that an accident? He was like, yeah, that's an accident. So then we drive forward, right, and we realized we can't pass through the intersection, so we had to stay on the right. And then I just see a white, a white towel, and I see something on the ground. There's a bunch of policemen just like around the body. I'm like, hold on,
Damn,
wait a
bro.
moment. And then I was like, bro, that's a body in there. Eugene was so shocked, bro. Eugene was so scared. Eugene was like, he was
Traumatized.
Scared, he was like, I think he was traumatized.
I mean, it's not funny, but yeah, that's sad. Feel bad for their families. Imagine hearing that. If you're, was it a kid? Like did y'all know? Y'all probably didn't know what it was.
Nah, it was a girl. It was a man. It was a man.
Oh, okay.
Was it a man? I think it was a man.
Okay. I'm gonna delete this frame and put it back just so that it can overlap. See how the bar is overlapping the picture frame? I'm gonna copy it and then paste it back so that it can overlap like that. Exactly. Cause like it simulates like a stack. It's like a stack of thing. If that even makes sense.
A stack set. What you call it? What are you talking about?
Like a stack, like like a deck of cards. Like when you put a card in the first, you put a first card, right, and put another card on top of it. It's like it stacks on top of it. That's how the GUIs. That's how they simulate.
Oh, it's okay, yeah.
Like stacks, yeah. So I made the other one too early, so I have to take it back and put it back so that it stacks on top of the old one. If that makes sense. Yeah, I might leave it like.
I need to go back to. I might draw today. Just draw something. That's what Daniel told me. He was like, even if you don't feel like drawing,
you have to
just draw something. He's like, just draw something. It doesn't matter if it looks bad. Just draw something.
Yeah.
Because you at least get some experience from doing so. So like, I got you, man.
Yeah, it's like playing a grindy game. Just do something to get some form of XP.
Exactly.
Alright, let's see. Let's see. I think this is fine.
Drake and Josh reunited with each other? I thought they were beefing. Oh, this is 6 years ago.
6 years. Alright, to make sure that these frames are not like, they don't look weird on other devices, I'm going to make sure that I go back to the little plugin so that I can, what is this thing called? Scale it. Because when you add the aspect ratio, it's going to look so that will look the same on other devices like mobile devices and just bigger, wider screens and stuff, if that makes sense. You also got to check the scale and the position of the GUIs to make sure they're not they're not on the offset, because the first number in each of the curly braces, sorry, I can't speak, but the first number in each of them represents scale and the other one is offset. Usually, like by default, the numbers are in offset when you try to edit the GUI like this and stuff. So you gotta make sure. I usually just make sure it's in the scale mode so that it'll come out looking nice. So we can try to simulate it on the I think it's the device, the phone simulator. All right, so yeah, you can see that it kind of looks, it keeps the same relative size. I'm probably gonna add the aspect ratio to each of them though. I don't know why it's not adding that. I think this one should probably cover everything that's in here. But it's whatever. Alright, we're kind of done with the GUI sample or the template or whatever. We're gonna now go on to the coding scripting part. So we have this. Right, I'm gonna just put this. We're gonna insert a local script in here, and then name it health main. Now that we're done with the whole GUI, we're gonna hop into the scripting part of it now. So Normally inside of my local scripts, I like to add the weight just in case, I don't know. It's just a habit. I guess a lot of scripters do that just in case the script loads before the character or something. I don't even know why, but it just honestly stops a bunch of problems from happening. But anyway, so player, we're gonna start off by declaring some variables. Player equals game dot players dot local player. Character equals player dot character. Right. We're gonna declare humanoid. This character wait for child humanoid. Right. And inside the character declaration, you want to make sure we had or player dot character added. Character added. Something like that. Right. Basically, what this part means is that if this returns nil because the script loads before the actual character, it just waits for this event to be fired, and this event only fires when the character is loaded, and then it's gonna it returns the character's model. So it's another way of foolproofing that this character exists. So yeah, humanoid equals character wait for child humanoid, and now we're gonna have to refer to. I'm gonna just place a comment here saying actually I'm already done it. So main variables, what is it? GUI variables go here. So these we're gonna reference the icon frame. Now we're gonna reference so we're only gonna reference the icon and the bar. I feel like, yeah, only those two. All right, so bar HPBAR equals script dot parent dot health frame dot bar. And we're gonna do icon equals script dot parent dot health frame dot icon. Nope. Yeah, icon. Oh, icon. No. Icon frame dot icon. Right. These are just like pathways. Like if you were to go on your file explorer, these are like pathways. So we were saying script dot parent, so the script's parent, and then we're looking for health frame, right here, which is right here under it. As you can see, like they're like organized, under it. So it's like pathways, honestly. Yeah. So script dot parent, and then that health frame, and then looking for the bar. That's what we're storing inside this HPBAR variables. Same thing for the icon, script dot parent, right? That icon frame, and then dot icon. So yeah, pathways should be. I'll probably make a video on pathways when I start making the scripting series. I'm reading a book about scripting, so I'm gonna start making videos about each part I'm reading. But I recommend you actually buy the book because I'm not gonna be able to go as in depth into it like how the book does, but I'm going to give like a brief overview, hopefully giving you some type of idea of what it says. The link to the book, link to the ebook from Amazon is going to be down below. I'll probably put a link to the hard copy if you're interested in that. HPBAR icon. So now that we have these two reference, we're going to have to disable the original health thing. So when we spawn, right, we still have our HP thing from Roblox. See this little thing right there? We're gonna have to disable that. All right, so we're gonna go here and services, right? We're gonna do starter UI equals game get service starter GUI. And when you started GUI, oh no, well we're gonna leave that right there because this is only for variables, right? And then we're gonna start the script. So we're gonna start it off with starter UI set core enabled. Enum dot core type dot health comma false, right? As you can see, when I was typing the things in, it was giving me little hints, and it says this second parameter here sets whether the core element is associated with the giving core type is enabled or disabled. So yeah, so this thing is like you're setting the core the GUI like core status, like the GUI status, right? And so we're targeting the health GUI, like the Roblox default health GUI, and we're setting it to false, meaning that it's disabled. See, so if we were to go here and then we were to reset now, we don't see the old one right there. But if we were to go back and leave it as enabled or sort of true, right? It's not. You're gonna see it right there. See, we want that is false. So this basically means we disabled the original health GUI. All right, and now we're gonna actually get into the RGUI, right? Oh, we forgot to reference one more. We got to reference the name tag thingy. Script parent dot name label, right? So let's start. We're gonna do name dot text equals player dot name, right? Or player dot, what was it? I know there's like a new thing, display name. So yeah, so for the name text, you can do this in two ways. If you want your game to, see how like my thing is my name. Other players, they have like display names, so it depends on what you prefer. You can also set it to their display name too. But since my display name is my regular name is still gonna be the same thing. A lot of players don't like the original names because they may have made their accounts a while ago and they don't like the name that they have for it, and they don't have like 1,000 Robux to change that name, so they probably have a display name. So whether you want it to be the regular player's name or the display name is up to you. I'd probably put the display name because that's probably what they would go for. So I might leave mine as display name. So yeah, so name.text equals display name. Icon.image equals players get thumbnail async. That is the function to get the. See, it says returns the content URL of the player's thumbnail given the size, type, and the boolean describing the image, whether the image is ready to be used. So we're gonna do user ID, right? And then we're going to do enum dot thumbnail type dot headshot. We're gonna be using the headshot style. There's different styles that you could use. You can use the body, or I think, what is there? There's like, you see avatar bust, avatar thumbnail, but we're gonna be sticking to headshot. And for the size, we're gonna do thumbnail size dot size. We're gonna be doing 420 by 420 right here. Boom. Oh, we have to set it to okay. So yeah, we have to set this to a variable first. So we're gonna do thumbnail equals this large thing here, right? And now we're gonna do icon.image equals thumbnail, and let's see. I mean, it should be the same. I don't think it's gonna change anything. Yeah, I didn't think so either. I think that's why. Okay, so it's probably working, but we just have. I think we set the transparency of the image to be transparent. That's why we don't see it. So if you go back, yeah, the image is probably transparent. Yeah, that's what I thought. There we go. We had it transparent, so that means our original code was probably right. Let's go back and make it not transparent again, and then we're gonna just. I mean, you can leave it like this. Honestly, I think this is probably more organized, but just to show you that it would have worked either way, I'm gonna show you. Oh, sorry, this way too. Oh my God. Okay, there you go. It should still show. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, but yeah, having it as a variable, it works too. Okay. So now that we have those things done, I probably might make the thing a bit bigger because it looked a bit squished. Like, let's see how it looks now. You can play around with the sizes. Just find whatever size best suits you. These are all like square sizes except for this one, I think. Not this one. Size. I saw one that did not look like. Yeah, these are all. Yeah, I mean, just find whatever size best fits you. Honestly. Yeah, I'll just leave it at this one. This one looks okay, I guess. So yeah, it's 352 by 352. And you can just play around with this thing, like just move the whatever size fits you. Cool. All right. So now we have that. We're gonna now get to the health bar. Debounce equals false. This is gonna be to prevent glitches. This thing is just to make sure everything happens like once and not like a bunch of times. You'll see what I mean when I get farther in. So now we're gonna have another yeah, we're gonna make a function, okay? Local function on health changed, right? And inside of this function is in charge of this function is in charge of growing and shrinking the health bar depending on the player's health status. Status. Right. So with this function, we're gonna be just growing and shrinking the bars. So we're gonna do bar.size. Okay, no, we're gonna actually make some more variables. So local health x equals humanoid.health divided by humanoid.max health. Yeah. Okay, so we go to health, and if we do 90, there we go, 0.90. This is gonna come in handy when we're trying to resize the bar. You'll see in just a second. So now that we have that, we want to go to the bar, right? We're gonna do HPBAR dot tween size, and we're gonna do. So the tween size function has, I think, 4 parameters. We have the size, the end size. So we have the end size, the direction, easing direction, the easing style, the time, and I think the repeat boolean, whether we wanted to repeat that tween or not. So we're gonna do udem2.new, and we want the size to be health x at the x scale 0. We're gonna have it at 1, 0. Okay, and then for the easing direction, you want to do outs. For the easing style, we want to do quad. There's other functions. You can also use sine, but I tend to use quad. The difference, I'll put a link down to the difference between the those two. Okay, and then the time we want it to change in the 0.25 of a second increment. Then false. We don't want to repeat. We don't want the tween to repeat, so we're gonna do false. Okay. Yeah. So now, if we were to go back to here, and then we were to change the little humanoid. If we were to change our HP, health to, let's say, 50. Boom. Look, it changed. Nice. Okay. Nice. To like kind of prevent the text, the default Roblox text thing from covering our HPBAR, I'm gonna move it down here. Move it down here instead, and I think that's better. You can leave it up there if you want to. If you're planning on changing where the little chat bubble thing, not chat bubble, the little chat log is, but I'm gonna just leave it down here for now. So yeah, now that we have it done, we can now move into other things like the coloration, because as you can see on, I'll probably put a different clip up here, but like on the Roblox, the normal Roblox, and even some other games, their health GUIs, when you get to like 50% HP, it changes from green to like yellow, and when you're like below 30%, 20%ish, it changes your HP color to red. And I feel like this is, it's up to you whether you want to do it on your game, but I'm putting it on this tutorial because I feel like it kind of puts an emphasis on, their player, like kind of like tells them, hey, your character is low, you're about to die, you should maybe get something to heal yourself. We're gonna add that little detail here. So the way I like to do it is I make a table right here called local health colors equals, and I'm gonna put 2 colors, okay? Color 3.new, right? And that's what it already is right now. This is the green color I'm using, so color 3.new, or I think what is it from? Color 3. That's background. From, is it HSV? No, I don't think it's HSV. No, from RGB. Yeah, there we go. So copy that from RGB. You can also just do color 3.new, and then you can just literally click on this thing right here, and then you can just pick whatever color you want. But I had to use it for from RGB to get this exact color that I was already using. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna put yellow for the next one. Maybe this yellow, not too like bright yellow, like just something like that. It's pretty nice, right? And then we're gonna do red. So it's called 3.new. And we're gonna have red right here, but like a bit darker, a bit like, yeah, like that. Right? So now that we have that, we're gonna have an if statement here. Okay? Health X. So the health X is already a percentage of the max health, right? So we're gonna have an if statement for when the health is more than 70%, when the health is between 70% and 50%, and when the, not 50%, when the health is between 30% and 50%, no, 30% and 70%, oops, and then when the health is below 30%, okay? So we're gonna do if health X is greater than 0.7, or greater than or equal to 0.7, then, and we're gonna change the color. Then we're gonna do else if health is less than 0.7 or greater than or equal to 0.5, then if not, then else if health X is or we can just do else, I think, just else. Right, so let's label these so it doesn't confuse you. This is for when the HP is greater than 70% of the max HP. When the HP is between 70% and 70% exclusive and 50%. 50% inclusive, right? And this is when the HP is less than 50%. Okay? So now what we're going to do here is we want to change the color. So we're going to do, for this one, we're going to have to actually use another service called tween service, okay? So back on the top of the script, right, we're going to go to the tween service call. I'm going to do tween service service equals game get service tween service, boom, right? So now here we're going to set up two variables. Local goal equals blank, right? And local tween info equals tween info.new. This is also a tween, so it kind of follows the same thing as here. But we're not using size though. We're going to have the object that is going to be operating on, which is the HPBAR, right? They're going to have the easing style, easing direction, the number time, and the boolean, right? But for the easing style, for this one, we're going to have to actually call the easing style from the enumerator instance thingy class, I think. I don't know what it's called. I'll probably have a picture of it up there. But yeah, enum.easing style.quad for this one. Enum, actually, no, I'm going to have sign for this one. I mean, I just want to use something different, so I'm going to have it as sign. Enum.easing direction.out. We're going to want it to change in like a 0.25, no, 0.1 actually, 0.15 maybe. And then false for the It doesn't repeat, so we're gonna have it as false. And yeah, the object that's gonna be operating on is HPBAR. I put the wrong variable name. I'm gonna actually move this right here on top of the conditional statements or conditionals. And boom. Okay. Move this one too, actually. Right here, just try to keep some form of organization. It's probably, I feel like the script is probably a bit unorganized already, but yeah. So now, what we're gonna do for each condition, we're gonna change the goal. Okay. So if the health is greater than what you call it, 70%, we're gonna do goal equals parentheses. We're gonna do background color 3 equals color. Oh no, equals health colors dot green. Okay. So for this to make sense, I'm gonna have to go back to the table and change it a bit. So we're gonna do green equals this. We're gonna do yellow equals that. And then we're gonna do red equals that. So now if we were to do it again, health colors dot green, it should like show it as a, there we go, green, there we go. So basically green is just the color here, you know, it's like we're declaring variables in here in the table thingy, and it just gets it from the table. Oh, that makes sense. I'll make a video explaining all of this, every single thing that I'm doing, like, you know, functions, events, tables. I'll make separate videos on that later. When I do make them, I'll probably put them down below in the description, so just make sure you are subscribed and just check the description, because maybe you're watching this after I made it, but like I'm uploading this before I made those videos, but I'll post those videos in the description when I have them done. All right, so that's for if the HP is greater than 70% of the max health. Now we're gonna have to do in between 70% and 50%, so that's yellow, right? So we're gonna do goal equals background color equals health colors dot yellow, right? And just to speed things up, for red we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna change yellow to red. Boom, right? And then at the end, outside of the conditionals, we're gonna run the tween anyway. Like we're gonna run the tween instead of running the tween in each conditional. We're gonna run the tween like at the end of the function, meaning that's gonna run anyway, and the conditionals are just there to change the color, if that makes sense. I'm gonna also go more in depth in tween service, but for now, I'm gonna keep everything a bit vague and broad. Not too vague, but you know, more like broad. Not gonna go in depth, but yeah. So to actually run the tween, we're gonna do local color tween equals tween service create. We're gonna do the instance of the HPBAR. That's gonna be the instance that the tween is operating on. The tween info is gonna be tween info, because we already had that declared as a variable, defined, you know. And then we're gonna have the goal as the properties that we're changing. So in this case, we're changing the HPBAR's background color. As you can see right here, that's what this is. Let me go back to that's what this is. See, background color 3. If I were to change it to like this, see how it changes? See, exactly. That's what we're doing basically, but inside the script. Okay. And then we're gonna have to run that tween. So we're gonna do color tween and play. All right, play. Okay. So now we have that done. To prevent any you know, like I said earlier with this thing, to prevent any like glitches or like any like, you know, like incorrect displays, we're gonna have to make sure that it's doing it like one at a time instead of like, you know, over firing the event, if that makes sense. So we have to do if debounce doesn't equal false, then or you can just do if not debounce, then return end. That's the same thing as saying if debounce doesn't equal true. That's what if not debounce. It's the same thing, but we're gonna just write it this way easier to keep it simple. Okay. And we're gonna make sure to do debounce equals true here, and then debounce equals false. So to give you an example of what this actually does, right? If I were to not You see how I did debounce equals true here, and I did debounce equals false at the end. If I were to not do this at the end, look, the script will only run once. Okay, so look, let's say I comment this out, right, so it doesn't change back to false, right? If I were to go back here and then I were to change the HP, right? It's gonna work. It's gonna work only once. See, 90. Oh wait, got a problem. No. If not debounce, then if debounce, that's what I meant. That's what it is. If debounce, then return end, not debounce. So if debounce, then return end. Okay, that's what we're meant to do. So yeah, but yeah, back to what I was saying earlier. If we were to not change it back to false, right, it's only going to run the script once. Like the event's only going to run, it's only going to call the function once because, no, it's going to call the function more than once, right? But the script under this is only going to run once because, look, let me show you. Go back to health. Oh, my keyboard. Okay, health. Right. See, it ran once. Oh, we have an error actually. Tweening for our new first argument expects a number for time. Oh, okay. Messed that up. Hold up. So in here, in your tween info, it's the time first. Up. So just move the time that you have here as the first parameter. Okay. So yeah, it has the time, easing style, direction, and this number is actually the repeat time. How many times you want to repeat? So you can do 0 and then false. Yeah. Well, yeah, 0 false and then 0. My fault. I didn't mean to. I don't mean to keep bringing you guys back, but yeah, like I was saying, if we were to go back here and then change the what is going on? Okay, change this to 90. It's gonna work once. What is going on? Using style, yeah. Right. Did I not spell it right? Yeah. Oh, it's wait, yeah, what? Oh, no. I'm tripping. So you don't need to put the instance. The instance only goes inside of the declaration for the tween itself, not the tween info. I apologize. So yeah, this is right. Just take out the instance. Don't remove the instance from there. My bad. Too many problems. So yeah. So health. If I go to health, right, make it a 90. See, it worked once, right? But if I were to go back to 80, it's not gonna work again because debounce is still false. You know what I'm saying? So that just makes sure that the code runs once at a time instead of because it can overlap. Let's say like you have a movie that does like a bunch of damage to the character. If you don't have the debounce in there, it might cause some extra problems that you don't need. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just good to have the debounce in there. So yeah, make sure you put this back. Make sure you set the debounce to false at the end of the function, right? So now if we were to go back to humanoid and we were to change the health, see, as you can see, 90, change down. If we go to 80, no, if you go to let's say if you go to 69, right? I'm never laughing like that again. That's 69, right? It should change the color to yellow, but we have an error. Okay, the error says attempt to compare a number with the Boolean. Okay, that's a problem. If health is, what is this? Yeah. So line 49, which is right here. Else, if health is less than 0.75 and greater than or equal to 0.5, then how are we comparing it? What's the Boolean there? Health X is a number. Is it not a number? Okay, this is not making that much sense to me. If health X is less than 0.75, oh, sorry, and and health X is greater than 0.7. I'm sorry. You got to make sure you guys have the end there because then it's going to get the program gets confused. Okay. So yeah, now it should work. Okay. Gotta make sure you have the end operator. Okay. So health. If we were to do 69 now, boom, as you can see, it changes to yellow. If we were to do 30, boom, changes to red. Let me change this back to 100. So the reason why my HP is not regenerating is because I'm changing the health inside of as a client, instead of changing it in the server. So if I go back here and I did Look for the humanoid, and I changed the HP. Right. Change it to 90, or let's say 50, right? Then if I were to go back, you see it's healing, because like I damaged myself the right way, you know what I'm saying? And you can see that it's healing itself, and once it gets past 70% of the HP, then it's gonna go back to green. Let me give it some time so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There you go. Now the HP is back to being green. Okay. So yeah, that's the long way, or not the long way. That's how you guys make the HP bar. For the guys that wanted to see, wanted to code it along with me instead of just watching the scripting overview. And if you guys have any more recommendations, I'm gonna be, going over the book like I said, and making some more scripting tutorial as I make those videos on the book, the scripting book, the Roblox scripting book, right? If you guys have any ideas or anything else that you want to see, let me know down below in the comments. If you want to know how to have the numbers in there, it's really easy. Like if you want to have like the little numbers in there. I was gonna say like get this video to like 50 likes and I'll show you, but like it's not that deep. I'll just show you right now. So for the numbers, you just want to like literally just go back in here. You see how we had the little name label? You can just clone that, honestly. But no, I actually don't clone that, because then it has like a whole... Don't clone that. So we're going to add another text label. Right? And we're going to put it in here. Right? Try to get it in the middle. Make the background transparent and the color white. The text color. I'm just going to name this whatchamacallit. HP, right? I'm going to change the text color to white. Let me fancy up the font a bit. Nothing too, some whatever. Italic font, okay? So I think this one's okay. Let me just set the default to, I don't know, 100 out of 100. Right, cool. Kind of like a little shadow, drop shadow maybe. For that, I use the stroke. No, I think this should be this one. Let me just do it manually so you guys can see. So I just go here, I do UI stroke, right, and then I just change the transparency to like probably 0.8, or yeah, and then maybe bring the thickness up to like 2. Gives a little shadowy thing. All right, and then to program this, we're gonna do we're gonna just add this one line of code right here, okay? Actually, no, let's actually reference this as a variable first, okay? So we're gonna do HP, I don't know, maybe tag, or what should I call it? I don't know what that thing is called, but HP number, I guess. If you guys have a better name for it, go ahead. I can't come up with a name right now. HP number equals script.parent.hp, right? Which is this script.parent.this. And we're gonna do HP number. When we change the size, right, we're gonna do HP number.text equals humanoid.health. Well, actually, no, we're gonna do two. You don't need to do this, but it's good practice to do this. If you're like planning to go on to other, programming languages, just get used to casting. This basically casts number. This function here casts whatever number you put in here as a string, okay? And text takes strings, okay? So yeah, so toString humanoid.health. Gonna do ... to concatenate this little symbol here. ... humanoid.max health. Max health. Okay, and this should work. Spawn in, and now if we were to, so yeah, we should also probably put these things out. This one right here out here too. Just yeah, because like even though it's in here, right? Even though it's in here too, this only runs when the player's health changes. But if you want it to be there as soon as the player spawns, you gotta make sure you put it above the function, not inside the function. It should be inside the function and above, outside the function, if that makes sense. So then we'll come back here. We're gonna try to change our health again, right? Let me do it in the server side this time. Humanoid. We're gonna change our health to 40, right? Go back here. As you can see, it's doing it, right? But it's like doing it in like, it's giving the approximate, like your approximate HP. To get it to be like, a simple whole number like I was doing earlier, right? This is where you would use math.floor, okay? So we do toString, right? Do math.floor health, and then same thing for here, math.floor humanoid.max health. This will give you a nice whole number instead of the little decimal, those discombobulated decimals, okay? Paste that here, run it, and now if you were to change our HP back to 30, go back, boom, see 31, 32, it just gives you the nice truncated whole number instead of all those little decimals, So yeah, so that's how you make a simple health bar GUI with the little face icon there. And I'm gonna leave the script in the description below, as well as the whole model thing for you guys to use on your own. Yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe if you enjoyed, or if you're gonna use the model. Make sure at least the least you can do is just leave a like, and the least you can do is leave a like. Subscribe if you want to, or for more content like this, and comments if you have any problems or questions. And thank you guys for taking some time off your day to watch my video. And yeah, take it easy, y'all.